Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know if you can see and hear me well to another Revolution Sunday. Revolution Sundays with yours truly, Dr. A.G. Green Sr. I was thrown out for a few minutes there. Forgive me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tag, share, and text. Text, share, and tag. And let people know that we are streaming live right now. Tag, share, and text. Text, share, and tag. Let folks know that we are on the air. I am so honored and privileged to be with you here on this particular day, Grand Rising, or whatever time of day it is that you're watching me now. Thank you so much for taking out time in your schedules to connect on this morning. And again, let me know if you can see and hear me well. Let me know if you can see and hear me well. Check the audio levels here. Make sure it's up enough. Should be high enough. Let me know if you can see and hear me well. Let's pray. Almighty, we're just thankful for this moment, and it's been granted to us. Thank you for your love and your kindness, your gentleness, your generosity. Thank you for enabling us to connect with you. And we thank you for this session. We thank you for this encounter and all that it holds for us. We open ourselves up to unlimited possibilities. And we just thank you in advance. By Yeshua's name, his power, his consciousness, his way, it is so. And so it is. Good morning to you as well, our resident therapist, Pastor Cotton. And thank you for the feedback that you can hear and see me well. And thank you also for tagging and sharing on today. Anybody else, let me know if you can see and you can hear me well on today. We're so thankful for this moment. We're so thankful for this opportunity. I always like to remind you of what Philippians 4:13 shares with us in the biblical text. We do all things through Christ, through the Christos, through the Christ mind who strengthens us. And therefore, I want you to speak out loud and type in the comment section, I can. Come on, type it in the comment section, I can. Type it in the chat, whether on Facebook or YouTube, I can. I can. As one text talks about enduring hardness as a good soldier, we say, I can endure hardness and difficulty. I can transcend. I can elevate. I can transform. I can rise. Come on, type it in the comment section. I can. I can overcome. I can make it through. Yes, I can. I can accomplish any goal that is set for me. I can. I can heal. I can be made whole. I can be the light of someone's life. I can be the light of the world. I can be a light around me. Type in the comment section, I can. You always need to recognize that you're in partnership with the divine. You're in partnership with power. You're in partnership with greatness. You're in partnership with the creator, source, and the sustainer. I can. That's it. Type it in the comment section. I can. What a wonderful thing it is to be able to embrace and to be able to know and to be able to accept that I can. That's it. Type it in the comment section. I can. I can. There's something about knowing that you can. There's something about accepting that you can. There's something about embracing I can. We're not dealing with other people's abilities. We're dealing with our own abilities now. And we must forever know, as long as we're on this plane of existence, that I can. Now to him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, it's according to the power that worketh in us. You are a powerful, dynamic, divine species. Therefore, I am powerful. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am powerful. It's important that you embrace the power. It's important that you know the power. It's important that you utilize the power. It's important that you exercise the power. Come on, type it in the comments section. I am powerful. That's it. Type it in the comment section. I am powerful. Own the power. Feel the power surging through your being. Every cell in your body, every atom that makes you or constitutes you or comprises your existence. And of course, you as a dynamic spiritual being, I am powerful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your cooperation. I am powerful. No matter what you face, you're powerful. No matter what you're dealing with, you're powerful. No matter what presents itself as an enemy, I am powerful. No matter what opposition presents itself, I am powerful. That's it. Type it in the comment section. I am powerful. And at this moment in time, this is a praise and gratitude alert. I want you to type in the comment section what you are thankful for. Come on, type it in the comment section what you are thankful for. I am thankful today for love. Type that in the comment section. What are you thankful for today? What are you thankful for today? We're offering praise, we're offering gratitude. So what are you thankful for today? Real quickly, what are you thankful for today? What are you thankful for today? Type it in the comment section as we practice praise and gratitude. We are thankful and grateful. Matter of fact, speak it out loud. Speak it out loud if you would. Whatever it is that you are thankful and grateful for today. Talk to us in the comment section and let us know what you are thankful and grateful for today. Wow. That's unusual there. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. I appreciate you sharing today what you are thankful for. It is a wonderful thing to recognize the power of gratitude, praising God, the source, the sustainer, and creator, giving praise for things that exist in your personal life, and just emitting the frequency, the energy, and the vibration of thanksgiving, praise, and the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful attitude in our daily living that is certainly felt by the universe, within us and the universe around us. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing to have praise to fall off your lips every day. We offer the sacrifice of praise, one text says, which is the fruit of our lips. Now, real quickly, we're going to have our announcements here from Hillary, and then we're going to continue with our broadcast on today. I'm going to check in with you after these wonderful, wonderful,
Everybody,
wonderful
thanks so much for
announcements.
tuning in today. We are super excited to have you here and just know you're a part of our spiritual community. Before we get started and before we get to hear this amazing teaching, I do have a couple announcements for you. First things first, we just want to thank you so much for your continued support of Dr. A.G. Green. We thank you for every like, every comment, every share. When you're sharing and tagging your posts, whatever you're doing to spread the word, thank you, thank you, thank you. But it's time for us to gear it up and let's take it to the next level. please make sure you are passing these teachings on to the people that you know they fit, or the people that are looking for something more, or for the people that are ready to think outside of the box. Hit share, comment their name so they can reach it on Facebook or YouTube or wherever it is you may find them, and get the word out there. All right. Although we do realize our community isn't for everyone, please, please, please invite those who are tired of religion and are looking for a deeper spiritual experience. Okay. We're looking to vibe with our tribe. Tag, text, share with someone who you know is open-minded and ready to receive and take their thinking on a deeper level. Also, don't forget to check in weekly at theaggreen.com. Visit, subscribe, read our blog, set an appointment for spiritual counseling, and more. And don't forget to also share this site with others. So it's not limited to just the videos or the blog articles, but you can also share this website with others, okay? Wear the message of your conviction. Okay, guys, visit theaggreen.com and purchase your I Am Powerful merchandise and more. If you're anything like me, sometimes we just forget, and that's okay. But I'm challenging you, as I'm challenging myself, to head on over to theaggreen.com and purchase a shirt that fits your thinking, okay? As we are shifting our focus toward developing our spiritual community, please, please, please make sure you look into our Patreon. Patreon will be the key centerpiece. Make sure you join in as a member. In the upcoming months, Dr. A.G. Green will be sharing high-level teaching that will only be on paid tiers. Right now, we're getting it for free, but the high-level stuff, we're going to have to subscribe and pay for, and that's okay. So make sure you get over to Patreon right now. If you want to stay connected and be exposed to more, join Revolution Inc. today, which once again is on Patreon. The Shifting Reality blog series is also on Patreon, and you must at least be a free member to read it. As you read it, we encourage you to please share it. It has the power to create awareness from the intellect and transform the heart, help spread knowledge, and help awaken consciousness. Consider our thoughts, feelings, and emotions are impacting reality. As you think, meditate, and pray, partner with us in the spirit by envisioning great growth and expansion for A.G. Green Now, Revolution Inc., and Dr. A.G. Green. Thank you so much for watching and listening and sharing and texting. Let's co-manifest unlimited things together. Until next time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Hillary. And we pray that you have heard the announcements clearly, and that you always, always keep them in mind as well. All right. I want to add a couple of announcements to what Hillary already shared today. Who has read the latest 2 blog articles? I actually have 2 new blog articles up. The recent blog article from a few days ago is on synchronicities. I shouldn't say the most recent. It's not the most recent, but the one in the series, reality series that I'm doing is on synchronicities. And I also have informed you that as of the live transmission of this broadcast, we're in the midst of what's called the Lions Gate portal. The Lions Gate portal. So there's also an article on Patreon about the Lionsgate portal. There are going to be 4 articles. I want you to type the number 4 in the comment section for me real quickly. Type the number 4 in the comment section. There are going to be 4 articles on the Lionsgate portal to educate you as to what the portal is about and how to effectively use the portal to manifest more things. And we kind of explain in the first one. The first one is introductory, or is an orientation into what the portal is, to give you an understanding of what it is and some preliminary understanding concerning its significance. But Monday, Tuesday, and I believe Wednesday, so you want to check your Patreon for the next 3 days. The subsequent articles on the Lionsgate portal will be released leading up to the 8th, because the 8th is the peak of the portal. I want you to hear me again. The eighth is the peak of the portal. It's not the end of the portal, it's the peak of the portal. Okay. And when you go to Patreon, you would again be able to read the article that gives you more and more details on what's happening during the portal and how you personally can harness the energy, which again, we are just beings, recognize and know it or not. We're being impacted by energy shifts all the time. It's just that people are not aware that these shifting place. All right. This is not worshiping the sun and the moon or anything like that. This is merely taking advantage of something that has been given to us by the creator and having an understanding of what it is, how it pertains to us, and how we can maximize it in our personal lives. Okay. So I want you to recognize the portal peaks on the 8th of August and it ends on the 12th. All right. So I know this is maybe some teaching, some kind of teaching some of you all aren't uh, accustomed to, but I want to encourage you to make your way over there if you haven't already done so and check that article out along with the most recent one on synchronicities. I think it's going to bless you and I think you're going to be impacted in a most powerful, powerful way. So we see our resident therapist said he read the article. Let's see. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I want to encourage you when the broadcast is over to make your way over there and check it out yourself. All right. So I got to check in on you real quickly. What are you eating and sipping? What are you eating and sipping? And I'm basically having some organic coffee with caramel macchiato creamer. What are you eating and sipping on? And also tell me how you're doing. I'm blessed. So talk back to me. What are you eating and sipping? And let me know how you're doing right now in this particular moment. This is highly subjective. It's all based on what you feel and what you think concerning your own personal life. So I want to hear what you're eating and sipping and how you're feeling in the moment. And I thank you for those who are coming in now as we speak. You see it up on the screen. We're in the portion of the broadcast where I check on everybody to kind of see, what they might be eating, what they might be munching, and how they're feeling in the moment. Let's see here. Hillary says breakfast pizza and H2O. Awesome, well rested, grateful, and thankful. All right. Thank you so much. See, my Krista says coffee with French vanilla creamer, feeling good. Wonderful. Anybody else? Let's see here. Resident therapist says coffee. I'm excited and expecting. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much for sharing what you're eating and sipping and how you are feeling in the moment. I also want to say this, and I want our resident therapists and assistants to help me keep up with these installments. We started a series on Faith Wednesday, uh, but what I'm going to do is, since we're in this manifestation portal and we're also on the subject of faith, during spiritual awakening midweek, this coming week, I'm going to start a series on synchronicities. So I'll be doing synchronicities during the week, and I will be also discussing faith on Sundays. And I'm also, I think this week, I'm going to do a special video on Patreon that will be live on the Lionsgate portal. So I want you to also keep your hearts open uh, and make sure you check your alerts and notifications. Even if you're a free member on Patreon, then you're going to get the notification by email as to when anything new happens on the channel. So make sure you keep up with your email. Let's see. Resident Mystic says he's sipping water and a pulled pork sandwich. As some folk would say, poke, a poke sandwich, pork sandwich. All right. Eating good. And remember, he's on California time. So he's like 2 hours, 3 hours behind some of us. And he already sipping on water and eating on a pulled pork sandwich. Awesome, awesome, my brother. Appreciate you sharing that with us on today. All right, we're going back to Hebrews 11 and 1. And resident therapist, I want him to put up uh, what number or installment of this series that we are on right now. I just want to gently remind you to subscribe on social media. Search for AG Green now, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, and YouTube. I certainly, most certainly appreciate your support. All right. Hebrews 11 and 1. And there's a couple of other texts we want to be mindful of today as well. I think we're going to look at, I think that is, let's see, Mark 1:40 through 45. We're going to start there. And then we're going to eventually make our way to Mark chapter 5. We're going to have a brief conversation beginning at verse 25 because it aligns with some of our teaching on this particular day. All right, let's see here. This is part 2. He says, faith and feeling the spiritual mechanics of creation. Faith and feeling the spiritual mechanics of creation. Thank you for your guidance. By Yeshua's power, name, consciousness, and way it is so. And so it is. NIV, now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance, excuse me, about what we do not see. King James says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. All right, give you a little bit of recap from our first installment on this series, and we will briefly exegete along the way Hebrews 11 and 1. And again, the great mystic Neville Goddard said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention flows. End quote. We'll get deeper and deeper and deeper into that. A couple of things I want you to consider, and a couple of things I want you to remember as it relates to the subject of faith. And remember, in Hebrews 11 and 1, the text itself is the word faith. In the Greek, it is the word pistis, and it has a definition of its own. So it's like you start out by noun faith, seeing the text noun faith, and the word faith itself has a definition contained within it. And so we can extract from the word itself in the text, and then in the word faith, or the Greek word pistis, and then the rest of the text continues to add some definition and clarity as to what faith is. All right. So now, faith, which really is a credence or conviction of religious truth or truth concerning God, or a conviction of truth. That's what faith really is, from the spiritual and biblical standpoint. The definition of faith, and I love what the Amplified Bible says. It says, now faith is the assurance, the confirmation, the title deed. Remember, when you have the title deed, it is a sign of ownership of the things we hope for, being the proof of things we do not see, and the conviction of their reality. All right. The conventional or modern definition, or one of them, of faith is allegiance to duty or person, loyalty, belief, and trust in God, complete trust. So we're going to, as I say, be looking at the text and weaving it in with other information that we are sharing with you. Again, I would have you to understand that faith is how spiritual beings create, co-create, and manifest. I'm going to say it again. Faith is how spiritual beings co-create and manifest. Your faith is working right now. It's working in something good or working in something bad. It's creating something or manifesting something good, or it's creating and manifesting something bad. Remember, we've had this discussion on how thoughts, remember, our faith is wrapped up in our thoughts, it's contained within our thoughts, impacts reality, shapes it, creates it, manifests it, all the way down to the subatomic particle. Faith is like intention. Faith is intention. Faith is not just observation, but faith is intention. When I am believing for something or believe something good, bad, or otherwise, there's an attention attached to it, an intent attached to my faith. In other words, again, understand this, that even when you don't know it, whatever polarity you believe in, the intent is contained, hear me, within the faith and the feeling in the moment that shapes and manifests the reality that you are experiencing right now. And again, one of the most sobering moments in my life is when I recognize it is not the divine, it's not the creator, it's not the source that's creating all of my world for me. I am doing it. And I am doing it by permission and at times co manifesting with the creator. So I want you to understand that faith is a powerful subject because everything that's happening on the planet today is happening because somebody has faith to create it. Plain and simple. Faith to create it. So I want you to understand that we're not talking about weak faith or mere words. We're not talking about the fleeting feeling of passing moods, but we're discussing deep, vibrant states of awareness, the steady knowing and vibrant sensing that shapes worlds before a single brick is laid or a single hand is moved. And I want to pause here to just shed a little bit of light on that. Hear what I'm saying today. There's not a building that has ever been built here without faith. There is not a project that has ever been undertaken without faith. Again, people think that faith is religious. Faith is a spiritual principle and it is a spiritual law. Sometimes you're having discussions with people who don't understand, and they think that when you talk about faith and science, you're talking about religion and science. No, we're talking about spirituality and science. That's what we're discussing. But whether we as a dynamic spiritual species understand it or not, at every moment in time, hear what I'm saying today. You are creating something by faith. You are vibrating at a frequency and transmitting a message based on the faith in the positive or the negative that you have in that moment, and you will see manifestation or result of whatever it is you believe. Hear me. So I want you to realize that whatever it is that has been created in this world, family, was created first in the mind, in the invisible realm, in the invisible dimension by a spiritual being that uses imagination. So the building that you're living in right now existed first in somebody's mind, hear me, and was produced by faith. The visionary who wanted the building, the developer who wanted to create the building, hear what I'm saying today, the architect, even the contractor, the general contractor sees the blueprints, its vision, and believes that he or she can build it. I want you to catch what I'm saying today. So I'm sharing with you this wonderful workshop that I call the secret workshop, where true mechanics of reality lie. True mechanics of reality exists, not in effort and not in external control. I want you to understand something. There is nothing that is created from the outside in. I'm going to say it again. There is nothing that is created from the outside in. Everything is created from the inside out. I'm going to say it again. There is nothing that is created from the outside in. Everything that is created from the inside out. And remember, you are creating now, and the world you're living in is the feedback of the stuff you believe consciously and subconsciously. And sometimes where we miss it is that we know what we're focusing on consciously. We know what we're thinking about in the moment consciously. But what dupes people is that they're not totally familiar with all the stuff they put in the subconscious mind over the years. Just because you forget it in the subconscious doesn't mean it won't create. Wow. I'm going to say it again. Just because you don't remember what's in the subconscious or unconscious doesn't mean it will not create something. There's a lot of darkness in people's lives that constantly is manifesting. Then there's a lot of light in people's lives that's constantly manifesting that they have forgotten is there. I want you to hear what I'm saying today. We'll talk a little bit more about that. So the ancient writers understood faith is a causative force. I had you type this before. I want you to type it again. Faith is a causative force. Type that in the comment section for me. Faith is a causative force. Faith is a causative force. All right. We're talking about, or sometimes there are discussions about cause and effect. Well, faith is the cause of the effect. I'm going to say it again. Faith is the cause of the effect. Never, ever underestimate. And a lot of times when people are raised in religion, they think, okay, I gotta have my mind focused on something to be having faith. I gotta have my mind focused on something to be using faith. No, whatever it is, your core belief is your faith. I'm gonna say it again. Whatever your core belief is your faith. Wow. Whatever your core belief is, that's your faith. I want you to type that in the comment section. My core belief is my faith. Type that in the comment section. My core belief is my faith. Type that in the comment section. My core belief is my faith. Again, I always love to revert back to Job. The thing that I have feared the most has come upon me. Hear me, family. You and I, you and I share the same powers and abilities that Job had. And what's amazing to me is that people read that text and overlook the fact of what Job said. The thing that I have feared the most has come upon me. So watch this. We see the text depicting allegorically, or see the text depicting conversations between God and what is believed to be Satan, good and evil. And we see the result of the hedge and the border that was supposed to be put around Job's life. But the things that happened to Job, Job said, I feared them. I had fear of them happening in my life. Did you catch that? Did you catch that? So everything that is attributed to Satan or this evil being in this story is based on what Job feared. Now understand this. Fear is faith. It's just in something negative. It's just in the downside of a situation. It is faith. Oh my goodness, I need you to hear me. I'm gonna say it again. Fear is faith. Some folks say it's faith in reverse. It's just faith in an outcome that to you is scary, intimidating, whatever it is that is attached to that fear, whatever it is that fear is defining in the moment. This is what you believe. If you believe, if you believe that at any point in time something bad can and will happen to you, then that's the fear that you have, that at any point in time something bad will happen to me. If you fear that you are always on the negative end of situations, so you always get the short end of the stick, or the worst things always happen to you, that is a faith in the worst things happening to you. And the fear that is generated, again, is in the outcome that you believe that could potentially happen to you. I want you to catch what I'm saying today. I hope I'm getting some likes and hearts on Facebook. I want you to recognize what I'm saying today. So even the fear, even the anxiety, and even the other things we experience in our lives, they can only show up in your world if you believe it. They can only show up in your world if you persistently give energy faith energy, creative energy, manifestation energy to it. It is a causative force. It's not passive thinking. Faith is not wishful thinking. Faith, as I shared with you the other night, is an inner conviction. As I said in a blog, it's so alive, so vivid that it compels the outer world to conform. And remember, as I discussed with you, conviction, the root of that is convince, of the word conviction itself. We've got convict, but it comes from convince or convincing. There is no conviction without being convinced. I'm going to say it again. There is no conviction without being convinced. Type that in the comment section. There is no conviction without being convinced. Wow. There is no conviction without being convinced. Mm, mm, mm. I want you to hear me. I want you to hear me. You don't have conviction without an inner convincing, and you don't have faith without conviction or an inner convincing. One of the reasons why I am consistently watching what I'm allowing to come into my ear gates and come into my eye gates is I don't want anything programming me that's going to, number one, attack the self-image I have, the self-concept I am developing, the identity that I am and that I am evolving to be. Because when those things are allowed to be planted as seeds into your heart, it can start attacking the strands of your faith or the strands of your conviction about good, powerful, positive things. Hear what I'm saying today. It's why if you're desiring to be a happy person, a person who uh, is experiencing the joys of life, then you can't always be investing in content that is filled with misery, filled with strife, filled with pain, and always involving yourself in conversations or content, again, that's going to feed your brain and feed your heart with the reality of misery, pain, strife, anger, distrust, unbelief, and doubt. If you continue to feed on these things because you are what you eat, you are what you eat. I want you to type in the comment section, I am what I eat spiritually, mentally, and physically. Type that in the comment section. I am what I eat spiritually, mentally, and physically. Type that in the comment section. I am what I eat spiritually, mentally, and physically. I am what I eat spiritually, mentally, and physically. Wow. You know what associations are about? Associations are about feeding. Associations are about transmitting and receiving. Associations are about imbibing. Associations are about absorbing. Associations are about indulgence. I feel this while I'm talking. Mhm. I am what I eat. So you can eat spiritually, you can eat mentally, and you can eat physically. So people watch this. People have broke down bodies and they eat bad and wonder why they got broke down bodies when they eat bad. Your body is broken down because you're not feeding it things that's going to enliven, strengthen, and empower your body. It's the same way mentally, it's the same way spiritually. Mm, mm, mm. Do not allow your heart and your mind to constantly be invested in stuff that is hellish and chaotic. Because if you do, it's going to plant seeds that will bring forth a harvest of thoughts, feelings, emotions, and images within you that you don't want growing in you, that you don't want creating a harvest in you. So folk are like, dog, what can I do? You can do a lot of things. But if you're on the road, for example, to ascension, if you're on the road to elevation, catch what I'm saying, then you're going to have to indulge and feed and absorb and spend your time allowing things to enter your state of consciousness that's in line with your goals, in line with your vision. Catch what I'm saying today. I'm going to say this. There's the difference between the daily habits of a CEO versus a person at the bottom of the company. There's a difference in the daily habits of billionaires versus folk who don't have nothing, as we say, who are struggling financially. Why? The difference is not just about the money. The money is a result of the thinking. The money is a result of the imagination. The money is a result of the core beliefs. The money is also a result, watch this, a result, excuse me, of the daily habits that these people practice daily to become better, more evolved versions of themselves, starting with faith. Watch this, believing that they are already that person, believing they're already that being, believing that they're already that owner, believing that they're already that successful person, that elevated person, or whatever it is the goal is. They are believing they are already that. That's why they're practicing the habits of somebody else who is already that. My goodness. Help me, help me, help me. And then people are wondering why. They're saying, why am I like this? You are like this because you are absorbing trash. You're like this because you are allowing your heart and your mind to indulge itself in stuff that's not pushing you towards your goal, in evolving, transforming, and ascending and becoming the best version of yourself. You would rather use your faith to believe that you should stay connected with lower level, lower vibration, lower conversation, lower level stuff. Lord have mercy. Hear what I'm saying today. Am I making any sense to anybody? I don't see no likes and hearts on Facebook. People must really, really be listening and paying attention today. So watch this. Faith is the state of consciousness that assumes the reality of the unseen. We got to talk about that. Faith is the state of consciousness that assumes the reality of the unseen. Let me type that up for you. Let me type that up for you. Y'all listening to folk who listen, people have been programmed by people. Religion programs people, family, to that if you do not perform well, you're not a good person. Religion programs people to think and believe that if you do not perform well, God despises you, God turns his back on you. And there are some families who will treat you differently if you do not perform well. Hear me what I'm saying today. So there's a belief that people have that I don't deserve good stuff. I don't deserve the best things in life if I do not perform well. There are people who believe, matter of fact, God's not even with me anymore if I do not perform well. It's a belief system that people manifest, watch this, then in their behavior, because they start marking the list of things that they did right in their mind and marking the list of things they did wrong in their mind. And many times, even if there's just one thing on the list and 100 good things, they will allow the one thing on the list to outweigh the 100 good things on the list because they have been taught that one thing on the list separates you from God, puts you in disfavor from God, and makes you ineligible for favor and grace and love from the Creator. And then there are families who start acting like that because when they see something in your life they don't want, the first thing they do is put their mouth on you. The second thing they do is start treating you differently. When they themselves have been imperfect, when they themselves are operating off love and grace every day. Hear me what I'm saying today. When this becomes a core belief, my God, you will continue to produce failure in your life to confirm to you that I'm not eligible for a great life. I'm not eligible for good things. I'm not deserving of better stuff. And you will find yourself secretly judging not only yourself, but people all the time from stuff you really want to escape, but now you embodied because you indulged yourself in that teaching. That deposit was placed in you that you accepted, and you continue to indulge in these kinds of teachings and things that continues to keep you in a limited state of consciousness of unworthiness. Lord have mercy. I want you to type in the comment section is a state of consciousness that assumes the reality of the unseen. My God, I feel this. Type that in the comment section, what you see on the screen today. What you see on the screen, I should say, before you. Faith is the state of consciousness. Now, I got to do some more extensive teaching on consciousness. Just know that, again, what you think, aka what you believe, what you imagine, what you feel, your emotions, your intellect, all comprise your state of consciousness. I want you to understand that faith is the state of consciousness, family, that assumes the reality of the unseen. Did you hear me? It assumes the reality of the unseen. I'm going to say it again. It assumes the reality of the unseen. I'm going to say it one more time. It assumes the reality of the unseen. Wow. Did you catch that? So faith is not about assuming the reality of the seen. So hear me, when you and I say we're having faith, and we're having faith based on what we can see, is that really faith? So when you decide you're going to believe for something, but you don't see it yet, understand now you're putting your faith in the reality of the seen, your faith in the reality of the present timeline. And I'm asking you, is your faith in the reality of the present timeline faith? It's already created. Wow. I'm going to say it again. This current timeline you live in, this current reality that you are living in now has already been created. So hear what I'm saying today. When you have faith for something today and you immediately look from in here out there to determine what is real and what is not real, you've already lost. You've already lost because you're not putting as much faith on what's inside as you are on the outside. Faith is invested in the unseen. I'm going to say it again. Faith is invested in the unseen. I'm going to say it one more again. Faith is invested or assumes the reality of the unseen. Again, I quoted from Neville Goddard as I ended last week. He said, faith is loyalty to the unseen reality. And I got to ask you a question. How loyal are you to the unseen? How loyal are you to the unseen? There are too many people who are loyal to what they can see. There are too many people who are loyal to present situations that don't look and feel and act right to them. There are too many people who are loyal to the physical. You're loyal to the three-dimensional. You're loyal to all kinds of stuff, family, that is already here. It's already present in you. It's already active in your life. Watch this. It's things you should want to change. It is things you should want to get rid of. It is things that you should want to eradicate. Why do you have more faith in that? Why do you have more belief in that? Why do you have more focus on that? Real faith has loyalty to the unseen. And the question right now with people, you powerful spirits who are watching me, who want to see a radical shift and transformation in your life, glory to God. How much faith do you have in what's on the inside of you versus what you believe is on the outside of you. My goodness. I'm going to let that resonate. I feel that flowing through me. Thank you. 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 Put the text up for me. Let's see. That was the first text I requested was Mark 1:40 through 45. Mark 1:40 through 45. Mark 1:40 through 45. Satataba. Where is, where is your loyalty? Is it in brokenness? Is it in brokenness? Is it in what other folks said? Where is your loyalty? Is it in the present life that you want to change? Or is it in a new life, a new scenario, a new scene, a new architecture you're developing, new plans on the inside? Where is your loyalty? A man with leprosy came to him and begged him on his knees, if you're willing, he said, you can make me clean. Okay, I'm waiting on the other part of that to come up from the NIV. Let's see here. Yeshua was indignant. He reached out his hand and touched the man. I am willing, he said, be clean. Immediately the leprosy left him and was cleansed. King James. And there came a leper to him, beseeching him and kneeling down to him and saying unto him, if thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. And Yeshua, moved with compassion, put forth his hand and touched him. Hallelujah. And said unto him, I will, be thou clean. And as soon as he had spoken, immediately the leprosy departed from him and he was cleansed. Now, here, the part I want is really from the first verse, 40th verse. And there came a leper to him, beseeching him and kneeling down to him and saying unto him, if thou wilt, or if you desire, or if you want to, you can make me clean. In other words, he's given him permission, family. He's giving him permission to heal him. Well, when I say, I'm asking you a question. When I say he's giving Yeshua permission to heal him, what is this man really doing? What is this man really saying? If he's giving Yeshua permission to heal him, what is he really doing or saying? Or maybe a better way, what is he demonstrating right now in this particular situation? I want to hear your feedback real quickly, real quickly. What is he saying? What is he demonstrating in this particular moment? When he says, if you will, if you want, if you desire, you can make me clean. In other words, you can heal me, you can restore me, you can change me if you desire, if you want to. What is he saying? There's a couple things, but I want to hear. Thank you. He's got faith. He's got faith. But watch this. Anybody else? Anybody else want to add something to that? Thank you so much. Anybody else want to add something to that? He's got faith. He's got faith. But guess where, again, where does that faith come from? So that is the answer. He's got faith in Yeshua, and he's got faith that he can be healed. There you go. Here's another good answer. His own authority, his assumptions. There it is. He's not going to break it down the mechanics like I'm breaking down the mechanics in my life, in his life, but he literally used his own personal authority as a spiritual being to assume, which was faith, that if Yeshua wanted to, he could heal him. He didn't have the faith to believe he could heal himself, but he did have the faith to believe, and he saw within himself Yeshua with the ability to heal him. In essence, he saw within himself that should Yeshua make the choice to heal him, that he would be healed, past tense, or he was healed. What's amazing again is that this Christ is supposed to live in you. You're supposed to have this same Christ mind. So in this scenario, it's a man talking to Christ. Hear what I'm saying? In your scenario, it's a man or woman living with Christ every day in you, in your heart, in your mind, fused with your spirit, one with you. You can achieve similar results that this man achieved if you use your faith to believe that if I give permission for something to happen, it will happen. If I give permission for something to take place, it will take place. Come on here, somebody. If I use my faith to believe that I can permit somebody to do something, and whatever they do, hear me, has an impact on my life, catch what I just said, it will have an impact on my life. That's where the gateway of faith was open in this man. To say, if you want to heal me, I believe you can heal me. I'm going to leave it up to you. I believe that that power is resident in you. I believe that ability is resident in you. Christ is supposed to be in you now, the hope of glory according to spiritual texts. Okay? He that is joined to the Lord is one spirit. We have put on the mind of Christ. Catch what I'm saying today. So it is no longer you talking to somebody outside of you today. It is you talking to somebody that's already one with you, somebody that's already a part of you. Absolutely. He did not need permission. He used his own faith or his own assumption. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Let's go to Mark chapter 5 real quick. Mark chapter 5. I love y'all dearly today. Mark chapter 5. And we're going to begin at verse 25. Mark chapter 5, and we're going to begin at verse 25. Faith is the state of consciousness that assumes the reality of the unseen. The next point I want to make is it is the acceptance of a new reality before it becomes visible. Hear me, family. It is the acceptance of a new reality. Thank you for the hearts that's coming right now. It is the acceptance of a new reality before it becomes visible. Remember how I showed you and quoted from a scientific paper that said that uh, our brains are predictive prophets. They are predicting outcomes before it has a chance to analyze the sensory data. You remember that? Well, as a spiritual, as a divine spiritual being, you have the ability to decide reality before it happens. And the way you do that is by faith. Wow. Wow. So I'm going to say it again. If you're believing in the best and you persist in that faith and you persist long enough that you know it's done, then you're going to have the best. But if you believe in anything less than the best and you persist in that faith for a lengthy period of time, you're giving permission to the universe, you're giving permission to your own power to produce less than the best. It's you. It's not the devil. It's not some God in the sky. It is you. My goodness. There's a woman who had been subject to bleeding for years, and I'm waiting on these texts to come up. My God. And then I'm going to make my point. Let's see here. Waiting on the rest of the text to come up from Mark 5 and 25. Might need to go to it myself. Let me see here. And I love talking about this woman again, y'all know, because she demonstrates, family, all of the key components you need to manifest reality, to manifest a world, to manifest whatever it is you desire, to manifest whatever it is you want to manifest. This woman with the issue of blood, in my humble opinion, She represents all of that. She represents all of that. It's one of the reasons why the mechanics from beginning to end, a masterpiece family on how to manifest your world, how to manifest your reality, how to manifest miracles is taught by this woman with the issue of blood. 25 through 34, I'm sorry, 25 through 34. Let me go ahead and read it in King James. And a certain woman which had an issue of blood 12 years and had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all that she had and was nothing better, but rather grew worse. When she heard of Yeshua, came in the press behind and touched his garment, for she said, if I may but touch his clothes, I shall be whole. And of course, straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. Verse 30. And Yeshua, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned him about in the press and said, who touched my clothes? And his disciples said unto him, thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and says, who touched thee? But he had done this thing. Verse 33. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him and told him all the truth. And he said unto her, daughter, thy faith, this is what Yeshua said, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace and be healed of thy plague. He said, thy faith, family, thy faith has made thee whole. Listen, while I'm thinking about it, I want you to type it in the comment section. My faith makes me whole. Wow. This is what he told this woman. Your faith is what made you whole. Your faith is what made you whole. Did you catch that? Your faith is what made you whole. Wow. Wow. He said that your faith is what made you whole. I want you to type it in the comment section. My faith makes me whole. My faith makes me whole. I'm showing you in the NIV right quick, putting it up on the screen for you. We saw the King James. Wow. 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 So check this out, family. Check this out, family. Let me show you how powerful this is. Let me show you how powerful this is. Who remembers me talking many times about the placebo effect? Who remembers me talking about that many times? Yes or no? Who remembers me mentioning the placebo effect in teaching? Type yes or no. Type yes or no. Because if you remember me talking about the placebo effect, you'll know there are multiple scientific studies that have been done, family, that show that the people who thought they had medicine in their pills because they were told there was medicine in the pills, but there really was no medicine in the pills. Got their improvement was about the same as the people with the medicine in the pills. Why is that? It's because they believed. There's a group of people in that study who believe that there's medicine in this pill that's making me better. In other words, their faith was making them better. Are you catching what I'm saying today? Are you catching what I'm saying today? So hear what I'm saying today. Catch this. Catch this. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Is there an opposite of what Yeshua said too? Talk to me. Is there an opposite of what Yeshua said? I want y'all to talk to me. Is there an opposite of what Yeshua said? Mhm. I want to hear a yes or no. Is there an opposite of what Yeshua said? He says, your faith has made you whole. So is it possible that your faith can also make you sick? Your faith in being sick? Is it possible that your faith can make you miserable? Is it possible that your faith can make you broken? Your faith in brokenness, your faith in the things you believe break you or have broken you or will break you, your faith in the things you believe make you sick. Talk back to me. I don't see no responses yet. It wasn't a trick question. Again, faith works however your intention for it to be used is released, or whatever intention you have attached to it when you release it. So in this case, her faith made her whole. Hallelujah. Are you excited to know Yeshua didn't even take credit for the healing? This is what I want you to realize, and I've done, some teaching on this one. I've broken down this text. I've exegeted this text, and I will bring it back probably again next year and dissect it again, or later on in the year. But what I want you to catch is he represented, in this case, the eternal power source. That power source is one with you. That power source is a part of you. He realized it was her faith that accessed power. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Did you catch what I just said? It was her faith that accessed power. That's right. And I love what our resident therapist says. I love what she said. And I'm saying this to you right now. Do you have to have what you have for 12 years, knowing what you know now? Do you have to have what you have for 12 years, knowing what you know now? She bled a long time and didn't know she didn't have to bleed that long. Do you have to continue to bleed? Do you do, does it take a process? This woman, I broke her life down. She thought it was a process, a linear process, a three-dimensional process. She went to doctors, come on now, and she went to the priests who, under that umbrella, under that, government, were responsible for deciding who was healed and whole and who could live in society once they got stricken with some kind of disease. Listen, none of that worked for her. Watch this. She had faith in a system that failed her. Stop having faith in a system like that's linear. She had faith, family. She had faith in a religious priests that failed her. Come on now, I need you to hear me. The Bible tells us she expended all her living. One of the texts tells us she spent all that she had. Hallelujah. Glory to God. Hear what I'm saying today. I'm feeling something while I'm talking. Do you have to be sick that long? Do you have to be miserable that long? Do you have to be down that long? Do you have to be depressed that long? Do you have to be this version of you this long just because this, that, or the other happened? He said to her, he didn't even say he healed her. He said, your faith healed you. You took authority. You took power. Come on now. You created within your faith. Watch this. You created within your faith. Let me put it up here. I typed it up earlier before we got into the text. It was her acceptance of a new reality, because faith is the acceptance of new reality before it becomes visible. Come on, family. Come on, family. Come on, family. The visible is overrated. I'm into the invisible first. I'm into the invisible first. I am invested in creating stuff in the spiritual and the mental that shows up in the visible. And if there's something in the visible that I don't like, I don't put my faith and trust in the visible that I don't like. I put my faith and trust in the invisible reality that I'm creating. Faith is the acceptance of a new reality before it becomes visible. So what this woman did was created a situation where she said out loud and within herself, only thing I need to do is just touch him. Do you know how many times this woman probably imagined this before she got to that encounter? I'm just imagining. I'm just touching. I'm just weaving through the crowd, just touching him. Hear me, hear me, hear me. She imagined it, and I believe she felt it. Feeling is what impresses the subconscious part of the mind. Feeling is what impresses the deeper portions of ourselves to embrace as reality. Catch what I'm saying today. I used to talk about faith without feeling, and I'm not talking about faith with emotions. I do mention emotions in the article. What I'm saying is, in that imaginary world that you're creating, that world from your imagination, excuse me, it's not imaginary, that world from your imagination that you are creating, you can feel the blood drying up in your life. That's feeling, family. You can feel while you're watching the situation that it changed. I was meditating yesterday on a significant event, and I had tears come to my eyes while I was meditating. I was so deep in the moment of that meditation, of that profound event happening in my life, that tears came to my eyes. I almost started weeping. Because in the moment, I was creating by faith. In the moment, family, where I took out my faith pen, come on now, and start writing in my imagination the final result. It was so real to my central nervous system that I got emotional. My God, I feel it. I felt like crying, but it was tears of happiness. I was rejoicing in the moment because this thing was done. My life was changed. Did you catch what I just said? What I was seeking to imagine from my heart that I desired, that's in the top of things I prioritize, was done to the point I got emotional and tears started welling up in my eyes, and I could feel it throughout my whole body. When you have an experience, even if it's 5 seconds, even if it's 1 minute, even if it's 2 minutes, where you are seeing the end by faith, where you're living out the end by faith, that's what the feeling is about. The feeling is about being in the moment and experiencing what it's like to be in the moment. Did you catch what I just said? Hallelujah. Hear me. Let me tell you something. If you want something to manifest in your life, if you watch this, if you desire a hamburger and you didn't have the money to get the hamburger, just imagine in your mind the excitement that you feel. Imagine the taste of the burger in your mind. Like I told y'all to do that before you went to sleep. I dare you to do that with anything for a particular amount of days. With with actually feeling the moment, creating it, entering a portal of sorts, because that's what it's like. Entering a portal of sorts, which is entering a reality that you create, where it is finished, where it is completed, where it is done, and all of the things that you would feel in that moment of the thing you wanted to see the most happen in your life. Listen to me. When you do that, hey, that powerful part of you says, this is reality. This is it. Like with the placebo effect, the subconscious mind says, make it happen. The subconscious / spiritual connection says, manifest it. It's done. We give permission for it to happen. Come on now, somebody. We've already seen it. We've already lived it. And I guarantee you that as this woman was saying it days before Yeshua came to her location, she was saying it inwardly, and she was talking it inwardly and talking it out loud. She was saying it inwardly, saying it in the invisible realm of her mind. Oh my goodness. You got to see it. You got to experience it. Come on now. And let me say to you people who might not be the best at imagining or using vision or envisioning things, then just feel it. Talk it and just feel it. Come on now. I'm out of debt. All my needs are met. And I have plenty more to put in store. I got that from the great Creflo years ago. And then I began to incorporate it in my own being. And some of y'all remember I came on here and told y'all about 4 or 5 years ago my student loans were going to be canceled and that other stuff in my life was being canceled. Some of y'all remember that. Guess what? My student loans got canceled. 40 some $1,000 worth of student loans were canceled. Now, hear me. I had to live in the end of seeing a notice coming in my mind. I had to live in the end of believing that that no longer was on my credit report. Catch what I'm saying today. I had to live in the end by faith of saying to myself that these student loans are canceled. I said it, I saw it within, I imagined it within. I lived the experience, watch this, before I ever got the official paper notice, the email notice from those folk who were handling my loan, before the man on the other end of the phone told me that it was confirmed to me again that it was canceled. I had already canceled it a few years before that. Did you catch what I just said? Over $40,000. I felt that it was done within my heart of hearts. In my imagination, whenever I would go there, I knew that it was done. This is the next principle. Faith, it is living from the desired end, not towards it. It is living from the desired end, not towards it. Hear what I'm saying today. Oh, y'all hearing what I'm saying today? If you want to manifest the house, you got a couple of options. But you don't manifest seeing yourself talking to a realtor about the house. That's not, no, because then you're going to just manifest talking to a realtor about the house. Hear what I'm saying today. You see yourself either at the title company, finish signing, rejoicing, or you see yourself with the keys inside the house. Watch this. And last but not least, let me take you up another level with this. You can even also see yourself making the last payment on the house, or you can also see yourself having a conversation with somebody said, this beautiful house is paid for. Yes, that is living in the end. That is calling those things that be not as though they were. Hear what I'm saying today. That is like this woman with the issue of blood saying within yourself, and then using the faith according to Yeshua that made her whole. You use the faith according to Yeshua to buy the house, to manifest the house, to manifest the thing you desire. Am I making any sense to anybody thus far? I wish I had more likes and hearts. I got another witness who experienced the same thing or something similar that I did. So when we talk about feeling, I'm not talking about just trying to get all emotional. I'm not, no, or trying to drum up an emotion. I'm talking about you have created a reality, or you have seen, as some people would say, another timeline where this thing is done. And let me say this to you. Maybe I'll do some teaching on this. Maybe I'll do some teaching on this. Right now, you're in a current frame. I want you to type it in the comment section. Let's think about movies. We're thinking about movies, but I want you to type it in the comment section based on like a movie. So type it in the comment section. I am living in a current frame. I am living in a current frame. Type that in the comment section. I know. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm kind of getting off a little bit. I'm about done. I think I'm about done. Type it in the comment section. I am living in a current frame. I am living in a current frame. Type that in the comment section. I am living in a current frame. I am living in a current frame. And one day, I'm going to do some teaching on this. A spiritual teacher that I like and listen to often has given this illustration, and I'm sharing the illustration that he has given. His name is Tom Karen. But check this out. I'm living in a current frame. So you know that movies, they're on a like a reel, right? Even when you go to the movies now, the big movies, there's a projector, y'all know. You know, at the top of the theater, there's a window, a hole cut through it, and there's a reel on there. And frame by frame, the machine, y'all know, some of y'all know how it works. You've studied it or seen it, or seen documentaries or whatever, may have studied film. Each, there's images on a frame. So when a film is shot, it's broken down into frames. Okay. So, but every frame is not the same. I'm gonna say it again. Every frame in a 2 hour or hour and a half movie is not the same. They advance to different events, different scenes as you advance the frames. Catch what I'm saying right now. Reality is like a frame. Right now, catch what I'm saying today. Right now, while you're watching me, you are in a frame. Did you hear me? You are in a frame. So hear me. What you did this morning is already recorded in a past frame. What you're doing right now, family, is being recorded in a present frame that's leading to the next frame where you're going to do something and create something else. Help me. It might not be possible to change right now. Catch what I'm saying. What's happening in this frame? But if the producer and the director don't like parts of the movie, they get a chance, watch this, to reshoot new scenes and add it to the movie. Reality creation is like that. When you and I create something new, just like, watch this. Whatever is in your checking account, family, now is in your checking account right now. But you have the ability to create a new frame and move to a new timeline. I'm gonna have to break it down for you later because some of y'all might be scratching your head. You have the ability to create a new frame, a new scene, family, and move to a new timeline where the balance may have been just $100, but now the balance is $100,000. And this is how faith works. Faith, hear me, is not looking at the current frame and trying to change it. Faith is creating a new frame in the movie that's on a new timeline where you are the person that it has already seen you as, created you as. You are the person that you have released it to create and manifest for you, or you have the things that have been released. So when I was believing for the cancellation of my student loan, in that frame, whenever I would check it, it showed that I owed these people over $40,000. But in my meditation and in my prayer, glory to God, by faith, I created a new timeline. Guess what ends up happening? I actually qualified under two categories for loan forgiveness. Catch what I'm saying today. And so a new frame, watch this, with a new reality, I didn't know it at the time, was created by me. So I no longer went with the linear frame that said, oh, no, you owe this and you got to pay this. No, 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 no. I created a new frame that has a new reality where it was paid for. And this is how faith works. It doesn't get stuck in the present frame. It don't care nothing about your past frames. Faith creates something new. Hear what I'm saying today. Real spiritual faith with the best intention, I should say, creates something new. And we don't even realize this in a negative sense. We're recreating old stuff, but from new frames, because that stuff don't even exist no more. Did y'all catch what I just said? I've shared this with you before. It don't exist in space and time. Your past, whatever it is that you're dealing with, whatever it is you're struggling with, it only exists in you. So you have to keep creating new frames in order for it to be alive, real, and well to you. And just like you're creating the new frame to rehearse and reconjure and remember all of the pain, you can create a new frame where there is no pain. You can create a new timeline where there is a you that's not dealing with this, where there is a you that has overcome this, where there is a you that is abundant, that is thriving, that is successful. Come on now, that is happy, that is whole. But as long as you keep looking at the present frame or looking at old frames, you're going to continue to recreate more of the same on a new day, at a new time, at a new place. Ooh, somebody hear what I'm saying today. I think I'm over my time. Am I making any sense to anybody? Am I making any sense to anybody? Talk back to me. Am I making any sense to anybody? Am I making any sense to anybody? Let me put my last point up. Where's my last point? I already put it up. I'll put it up again. My last point up. My God, I feel this so strong. I feel this so strong. I feel this so strong. Mm-hmm. And I put the last point up on the screen today. Hallelujah. Faith is the blueprint. Faith is the life force. Feeling is the life force that animates it. I'm sorry. Faith is the blueprint. Feeling is the life force that animates it. Faith is the blueprint. Feeling, when I say feeling, I mean you feel what you feel in the moment of it being done. Get what I'm saying today? Of it being completed. Check this out. If there's somebody raising, if somebody coming against you, only thing you got to do is persistently imagine, and in that imagination, create a reality. He said, turn the music up. Only thing you have to do is create an end state, family, an end state that you are living in, where that person is either a different person or they're not there anymore. Have you ever had a problem with a person, and they were coming against you and sowing discord behind your back and all that, and you start thinking what your life would be like without that person, raising hell, and you could actually feel the joy. And you probably did that maybe once, twice, a few times, and all of a sudden, a couple of weeks or months went by, and that person was gone. You didn't realize in the moment that it was your faith and the feeling impressed upon a scene, a reality that you have really created, where that person was no longer there. That's why they're gone. This is how powerful faith is. So realize faith is the blueprint. Feeling is a life force that animates it. My God. All right. I'm getting ready to release you. Was the music, Pastor Cotton, did it make it glitchy? Talk back to me. He asked me to turn the music off. So apparently it must have been doing something it shouldn't have done. I need some feedback on that. I need some feedback on that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Now I'm going to give you an opportunity to donate. If you desire to donate, use the opportunity that you see on the screen right now. Let me do something different here. I always have to deal with this. There you go. $ AG Green or $ AG Green Ministries. Let me know what you thought about the message and how it impacted you today. So I want to encourage you now as you are praying. So he said, yes, it affected my voice. Did anybody else hear that affected my voice as well? I want to hear your feedback. So as you're praying and as you're meditating, this is what I want people to see, and this is what I want people to know. Even when you use the power to speak things into being or speak things into existence, speak it, speak it from, okay, there's another yes. Okay. Okay. Speak it from your imagination. Speak it from already seeing. And I'm going to tell you something, family. When I am more conscious and aware about creating the outcome of something before it happens, it always turns out better. I'm going to say it again. When I am aware, say I got a meeting the next day, okay? Well, most people say, well, I hope the meeting goes well, and they start preparing for the meeting, so forth and so on. And they might see themselves in the meeting. And then sometimes they see themselves in the meeting going back and forth with the person, or they see themselves in the meeting and it's not quite aligning the way they want to align, but then it ends well. But don't be surprised if you show up at the meeting and there's give and take, push and pull before it actually gets done. I want people to learn how to use this power and ability they have, to use your faith like the woman with the issue of blood to make yourself whole in advance. Plan your day. The day you get up in the morning, just take 2 or 3 minutes and see how it went and see how it ended. Excuse me, decide how it went and decide how it ended. Important, significant situations in your life. When you do this and you already see the end, and again, we're not concerned about the middle, we're concerned about the end. We want that outcome that we believe, we want that outcome that we desire. Family, guess what? You're living in the moment where it is already done. That's how faith works. And when we are more consistent with intentionally praying, meditating the answer, praying, meditating the end, and seeing it already done, then that's how we're going to see it done. And sometimes the Creator will surprise us and give us even greater than what we even saw with our faith or we created or drew with our faith. Glory to God. I'm so excited about that. So I want to encourage you now. What's the next thing that needs to get done? What's the next thing or the things you've been praying about for years that seem to be unresolved? I encourage you right now, as you're praying and as you're meditating, let faith create in your imagination a new reality, a new frame, a new timeline where the money is already there, where the opportunity is already presented and you're working it, where things are already done. And it is so vivid. It is such a reality because it is you in the moment who feels all of the jubilation and the ecstasy, being enraptured in this new position or this new opportunity or this new home or this new vehicle or this new relationship, whatever it is, or healing and wholeness in your body, or this new opportunity to teach and preach, whatever it is, you are there in the moment. And that's why when you finally stand in that moment, it will feel like deja vu. And the other part of you would say, no, this is what we saw in the vision. This is what we created in our hearts. And it's happening the way we saw it. Just like with the woman with the issue of blood. Yeshua said, your faith has made you whole. You too can say within yourself and see within yourself the finality of a situation. And your faith will make you whole. My goodness. And Almighty, I thank you for everybody who's watching me. No matter what their circumstances or situations, conditions don't matter. The current frame doesn't really matter. We get to change it according to our faith. So be it unto us. And in this moment, as people are facing all kinds of things, let them reorder, let them redraw, let them reimagine a new them in a new life, on a new timeline, living the reality. Glory. Living the outcome that they know they deserve. And we thank you right now. By Yeshua's name, power, way, and consciousness. It is so, and so it is. Quickly, what did you think about the message today? Let's see here. We got one person's feedback. Did it resonate with you? Did it impact you? Did it give you some things to think about? Was it thought provoking? Was it stimulating? Talk back to me, and I'm going to release you today with the shalom blessing. Thank y'all for hanging in here with me today. Thank y'all for hanging in here with me today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Quickly, tell me what you thought. Tell me how you're feeling. Tell me what you're creating, whatever you want to tell me. And I'm going to release you with the shalom blessing, and your day is going to continue to be great. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, my Chris. I appreciate it. Anybody else want to share? Right now, practice living in the end. If you're watching me and you need to get your driver's test, then you practice hearing the man say or the woman say you passed, giving you a score sheet and you see a 90 and 95, or you practice seeing yourself holding up your new license. If you persistently do it, if you see yourself and feel all of the wonderful things that that moment really holds, you're in that moment. You're experiencing that moment. You are living that moment. All right. Thank you so much for your feedback. I got to let you go because I've held you over time. I'm going to release you today with the shalom blessing. Shalom, shalom, peace, wholeness, and prosperity. Nothing missing and nothing broken. It is so, and so it is. I love all of you dearly. Thank you for your thoughts, your prayers, and your donations. I'll see many of you all in a few days. And don't forget to check your Patreon. Every day this week, something new is going to be dropping for you. It's already done. Live in the end.